Hey everybody, this is Tova from EarSeeds.com, and we wanted to take you on a tour of the ear. A lot of people don't quite understand the different parts of their ear. So if you'll join me on a tour of the ear, let's go. Okay, so you see how the ear comes around like this. Inside every ear is this V shape, and that is what we call the valley. Near the end of the valley and slightly up, that is your Shen Men point. The Shen Men point is used in all of our kits actually because it's great for overall balance, well-being, and health. So this line right here is the ridge, and this is the curve. So where the ridge meets the curve on the inside over there is another point. When you come back around here, this where it's darker and indented is called the valley. We call this the cartilage. This right here, well, this right here, the bottom part of this is the lobe, and this top part, this cartilage bump, that's called the antitragus. There are some points along the antitragus, so generally visually you'll break it in half to sort of get where the center is, and then maybe in thirds depending on which kit you have and which points you're trying to find. This right here, this little cartilage piece, is called the tragus. From the top here, there's a little indent to the bottom there. And that too, visually you'll kind of separate it in half because there are points above, in the middle, and below the tragus. This, the curve that we mentioned earlier, comes down into this cartilage line that goes deep into this valley here. So at the end of this, and sometimes this comes down straight more at an angle or further back, at the end of it is a tiny little mount that's sort of like right there. That part happens and then it ends, and there are marks all along where the cartilage mount is over there and afterwards leading back into this area over here. The deepest part, where it says, the deepest part is right there in this sort of bowl section, part almost closest to your head if you were to feel through your ear. This right here is the notch. In some people it's more defined than on others, and on some ears it's more defined than on others. So on this ear of mine, it's kind of there. It's a little subtle, but if you look on this ear, you can see it's way more defined. So sometimes if you're having a hard time seeing it on one ear, you can look on that individual's other ear, and it will be more defined, more easy to see. This is where the lobe connects to the face, and right here behind the tragus, that's the ear canal. You never want to put any ear seeds in your ear canal, ever. They don't belong there. There are some points at the opening of the ear canal, depending on which condition you've purchased. And there are some points behind certain areas, like for instance, there are some points behind the antitragus over here. So they'll be on the wall behind, or over here, sort of parallel to the floor instead of facing forward. As you go through your kit and you check out which points are specified for your condition, you'll be able to find those parts. But if your ear doesn't look like my ear, or your ear doesn't look like the ear in our kits, that's okay. Those parts of your ear are still there. The V valley at the top, the valley along the edge, the cartilage, the ridge, the curve, the tragus, the antitragus, all of those parts are still there. They may be different than mine, but you'll be able to define the points just based on how they correlate to the rest of your ear. And so I hope that was helpful, and thanks so much, and we hope you enjoy your ear seeds.